What's up, everyone? This is Kenny here from Property Stories. So today I would like to share with you about the story and how this experience actually shaped my business, real estate business. You see, when we do real estate, right, sometimes we get keys from the landlord to rent out or sell the unit, right? Do you? Then especially when new developments, when you get the keys or they want to refurbish, you get the keys, then the landlord will ask you to handle everything. You need to open doors for the contractors, you need to open doors for the movers, usually it's like that. Or all the other contractors. Contractors also got many. I got case where the landlord hire a painter, one contractor, kitchen cabinet, one person, aircon, one person. So have to end up bring up to the unit few times. Okay. So that is the one that we offer, the value added services we offer as agents to the owners, right? To the landlords. But what if actually that is not what you should do if you want to grow the business? Because I've been thinking, I have two stories to share with you on why I think this way and why I've I want to stand on one ground, choose one path where the landlord I only refer to these people directly to the contractors, to the landlord, and let the landlord handle. So in the future, I'm not going to handle all these contractors, movers, or I'm not going to handle. I will let the landlord deal with them themselves. I will only focus on my job, which is to sell or rent out your property. Okay? Buy, sell, rent, basically, that's an agent's job. So allow me to give you two stories. Number one was when a new development. Okay, this was back in 5 years ago. Yes, 5 years ago, I was an agent. I failed and actually go back to 9 to 5, and now I come back again. So you can see the story somewhere in YouTube. I got put the video out. Anyways, I got offered this service, a new development. I collect a small fee. In return, I go and liaise with the contractor. I open the doors for our owners. So some are okay with me paying, some are okay paying the fees, some are not. So it's up to them. Nobody forced them. But I did get some listings here and there. The thing is that I find, right, sometimes when I go and do all this, it will take me a focus away from the work, which is to rent out the property in the first place. Unless the property is something that I rented out, then okay, this is extra value added services that I do. But if I'm not renting out, focus on renting out the property, then no point. All this small money, it's not part of my job. Okay. My job is to buy, sell, rent, do a real estate transaction. So in some cases, right, where I did this, there was one in particular I remember, the kitchen cabinet guy, or furniture guy, furniture, sorry, not kitchen cabinet. Sorry, kitchen cabinet. Kitchen cabinet, right? When they come, they assemble already. Then they come one piece, one big piece. Then they come assemble few pieces. So all these few pieces, right? They were put outside the unit. So we ordered like a bulk. So I got like 5 units. So the last unit, right? When the kitchen cabinet come order in bulk, then the contractor, right, just left it at the corridor. So when contractor left it at the corridor, you cannot leave things at the corridor because the rules will say that owner will get fined. So I tell the owner also like, okay, Kenny, can you just help me to actually move the kitchen cabinet? I'm alone, move the kitchen cabinet, the pieces of kitchen cabinet. I was thinking this is not my fault. So I called the contractor. I said, hey, why you don't move in kitchen cabinet? Oh, I actually left already, boss. You don't mind, I left to other place. You don't mind, you just do what shift it lah. Thank you. That's it. Then just close the phone. I was so bloody pissed off with this. I told myself, damn, I only get like so little money, definitely less than the rent amount, the commission you get from renting. Then I have to use my energy to do your dirty work just because I have the keys. Okay? So I was so pissed off. That is one incident. Then I told myself I will not do anymore. Okay? Do renting like this. But, well, lesson didn't learn. These days, right, when I also do real estate, right, some of the landlords are requesting me to do extra where I find a contractor, I advise them. So I also take over negotiating with the contractor, which is something I shouldn't do. Okay. My job, like I said again, buy, sell, rent. I should just connect the contractor and the owner. If you find that it's too expensive or what, you go and do yourself lah. Okay. So the second story is actually a story of movers. And same thing, outsource. Nothing to do with real estate. Movers, right? This one is a recent story. This is just happened like yesterday. This mover, I told the landlord, I said, okay, we want to do renovation, so we need to dispose of some furniture, right? It's normal. Then the landlord say, okay, you can help me dispose, or I can find someone. I said, I give you the choice, it's up to you. Okay? The choice is up to you. You can dispose yourself. Then he found someone to take his friend. I said, okay, lor, your friend can actually liaise with me. Then the friend liaise with me. Then the friend told me that it's not for him also. He's taking for another person. He's asking another person. So the other person supposed to liaise with me. And then here I need to ask for permit. Okay, so the other person actually contact me and then we talk. I told him that it was my mistake. Communication wasn't clear. I told him that it's one set. Okay, one set. One set, so he thought it's only one room. The old furnitures only for one room, but actually it's two rooms. That being said, I told him you're supposed to come on 11 a.m. because the permit for moving in, moving out has not yet been approved. Okay, so this one I'm getting a temporary permit. I had to beg the committee, the JMB, to give me a temporary permit for 1 hour, 11 to 12. The biker, you know what happened? 11 to 12, 11:30 he came. 11:40 he came. He thinks that people is gonna wait for him. 11:40. And prior to that, he don't even bother to actually like contact me to ask me where's the place, what happened. Then when I went there, I found out, actually he ordered Lala Move. So Lala Move also don't know where is the loading bay. And then 11:40 he came with two guys. I was like, 11:40 he came, never mind. I was there for 10 o'clock. From 10 o'clock to 11:40, then he finished everything like about 1 o'clock, I told the management at 12, and it happened till 1 o'clock because they take out all the things out from their house, right? They managed to clear only one room because the other room got no time. I didn't let them clear because they overshot the time already. Then when it's going down, right, when I want to go out the place, they damage the private property. They damage the public side, the lift, the side gutters. That for 1 hour, right, take from 1 o'clock, take until 2 something. And I got an appointment at 3 o'clock. I was so damn pissed off with them, seriously. And then I realized actually it's my fault because I'm the one that agreed to it. Okay? I'm the one that allows sometimes you cannot allow people too many choices though. You allow too many choices, they get blurred. You can that is what I learned. But so these are the lessons that I can share with you. And when they come, they're amateurs. You know, when you move furnitures, right? If you are professional, you have a mat, you have a drill to dismantle it, then you have a plastic to wrap it nicely. These are no gears, just one drill. That's one guy who knows how to drill and dismantle stuff. That's it. And no floor protection. Floor, if floor is a scratch, that's one thing. I was so afraid the floor gets scratched. Who's gonna pay for it? Okay, as agent, I'm not gonna pay for it. Okay, that the owner is the one that actually allows the give the furnitures to this friend of his, and his friend of his choose to give to another person, right? So who's gonna bear? I definitely not gonna bear. So the lesson here is this, agents. If you do all this right, what you need to do is to consider the risk, not just on your time. You see, I was there from 10:30 a.m. right up to 2, which this is not my job. It's not going to add to my commission. It's not going to add to my business. I'm not prospecting. If I'm inspecting a unit, that is different. But this unit is a guarantee is for me to rent out. Because after the rental, after the refurbishment, I will be the one that renting it out. So it's guaranteed. Okay. But the key here is the time. That time from 10 to 2, I could have used to go and make other appointments, or even prospecting cold call is even better than standing there and watching them to work. It really makes me feel that I've made a lot of mistakes, especially saying and few of the mistakes, one of it was to give too many choices. Okay, sometimes when you deal with people, right, you need to decide for them. After a while, you see them if you let them decide, right, when sometimes they get overwhelmed. It's overwhelming. There's a lot of things to do. Okay, that's why they are more than happy to pay you, uh, to take away the headache. But in this case, I don't collect payment. Okay, because the unit is also rented out to me, which asked me to rent out, so I don't collect payment, which is wrong. To me, it's wrong business practice. If anything that I do for free, it's not a business, it's a charity. Okay, so whatever you do, try to negotiate a compensation. Yeah, these things are all taking up your time. Your time, your petrol, and then, like I said, that time can be used to do other prospecting. Another thing is that when you want to do, if you think it's expensive to hire a professional, try getting amateurs like this. Come late, and then with no floor protection, no proper gears, and then damage the property, then start tai chi. Oh, this one, I just put my things there, then they come out, then the gutter side come out. Come out or not, you do lah. The management come out, just say, I don't care who is this, but I'm not important. I give you two choices. Either you fix it, or second, I bill the owner. If you bill the owner, you think what will happen to me? The owner will sure jump one lah, right? And the owner will talk to his friend. You think the owner will accept that actually, oh, that is his friends are doing, and so he pay. He ask me pay, friends pay. Some owners bill lah. But most people they don't want to. They will not do all this. They will not pay all this. Okay, it will fall to you. So the next point is that what's the use of taking on this extra risk? There's a risk of property being damaged. Like my case is yesterday, the public side is damaged. The leaf gutters is suddenly damaged. Not suddenly lah. They lean the heavy item, the gutter pull out. So what's the point? So in the future, what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm just going to say that I will stick to one job. Okay, my job when I meet the owner, my job is only one: sell or rent out your property as soon as possible. Contractors can, I got no problem. Lawyers also I got. You want Evic also I got. But I will not be negotiating with them anything. Price, everything, all you talk to the lawyer yourself. But can you handle for me? Can you? Yeah, you in some cases you can, but let me be very clear with you. If you start bending, right, people will always test you how far you can bend backwards. Okay? So sometimes you see cases, I don't know whether you have this experience, when you buy things. Suddenly the person increase the price, then you don't want to buy anymore. Because the person actually don't want to buy it, don't want to discount, so just increase the price instead to tell you that this is the price now. You want to take it, you don't want, you leave it. But actually the person don't want you to buy. The same thing you can do for a real estate business. Okay, you can just tell the owner, if you insist, can, but here's my charges, and you quote a high price. If the person accept, then the person accept your condition, then you can do business. But I will quote a high price, and I put conditions and more. Like for example, how many trips I will go there for this price. Okay, you can structure it as your business. Okay, so you just talk to the owner. Then the owner will definitely start negotiating. Hey, can he, this one cannot lah. I mean, can got discount, friend, all this. Friend doesn't pay the bills. Let's be honest. When you want discount and you want advice and you want me to settle something, you pay me like a professional. Don't when it's friend. then talk about discount. No. Okay. So sometimes what I mean is that you need to know how to draw the line, your boundaries. Okay. If you don't know your boundaries, right, people will press and test you. And at each time you say yes to these people, I'm not saying they are bad or anything. Please, don't misunderstand. I'm not saying they are bad. This is human nature. The answer is that they ask the question. They ask. Okay? It's up to you to decide whether you want to give or not. You want to provide that service or not. In your case, if you provide it for free, it's not a business, it's a charity. Okay? So the more you let these people, anybody at all, not just clients, anybody, not just clients and prospect, to cross that boundary, you know what happen? You will be very frustrated, right? Because you keep to yourself. You cannot go and yell at the client, right? Say, who the hell do you think you are? This one is waste my time. Cannot, right? You have to word it nicely and say, sorry, this service I don't provide. Instead of saying what you really want to say, which is don't waste my time, this kind of small thing, you settle yourself. No, right? So what will happen is that the more you bend over, the more you find that you yourself is not taken care of. Not just in terms of money, in terms of mental health and physical health. Okay? You will find that you will turn very resentful. You keep the resentment towards the other person, which is no point. You already keep that resentment towards the other person for whatever reason it is. But the other person, there's no effect. The person will just keep asking because you never mentioned that you didn't provide. That's all. Okay? So the lesson here is that know your boundaries and communicate it all the time. Like my boundaries is just like this. From 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. is my working time. Out of there, you call me or you text me, you will not get me. Okay? That is my boundary. At the start, people are telling me, hey, Kenny, you are a salesperson. Where got, if you 24 hours, you must be on 24 hours. People call you at 12 a.m. or 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. say want to build a house, you sure must come on. I said, no, come also for what? There's one time also 7 a.m. view a house. For what? You work according to my time. I come out here is to work according to my time. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you don't see me working from 9 to 9. I'm not working. I am working, right? These videos doesn't get made by itself. Your social media post doesn't get made by itself. Your listing management, need to check the price, doesn't get done by itself unless you have a PA. That also you have to work to pay the PA. Okay? So that is what I want to share with you. Boundaries are very important. Okay? So moving forward, right, what I'm going to do is that I will provide these value-added services only upon the property is for me to rent out or sell. And the second part is that if you want me to deal with contractors, no, I don't do that. I can give you their number. So I will need to work with contractors who wants to deal with client. Deal directly with client. Okay? So they will be dealing with clients and I will be focusing on my job, which is to sell or rent. If it's to rent, then once the contractor get a date, like, okay, 1 month later we can rent out, then I'll just put out the ads accordingly. All right? So that is what I want to share with you. You have the keys in your hand. Okay? You have the property keys in your hand. Doesn't mean that you need to be a pushover. Doesn't mean you need to be their servant, their butler. You are not. Okay? You are there to solve their real estate challenges, real estate problems, which is to sell out the property or rent out the property. Okay? Landlords, I'm talking about landlords. I hope this story actually gives you some thoughts on how to revamp your business. If you've been feeling very resentful and being a pushover, not just to landlords, other agents or anywhere, other agents, even though your own colleagues or what, anybody, your own family members, anybody, you might want to relook at the way you are handling these requests. Sometimes, right, it's just a case where your boundaries, you yourself don't know your own clear boundaries. That's why these things happen. So you need to draw a line. Because if you don't you draw a line, you stick to it. And lastly, you must always communicate your line. Okay? If you don't communicate, people don't know where's your line. Understand? So re-examine this. If you have hold this feeling of resentment, right? Like I did. See, at first, really, yesterday, I was so damn pissed off. Really. Then I realized, actually, this is all my fault. I'm the one that agreed to it. I'm the one that allowed the landlord to have like free will. I should have decided. I said, this one is do for you. This one you do. I said, I don't need to. It's like, oh, give you choices. No, this one you do. Sorry, I got no time to actually like go to open the door. No. So you ask your colleague, right, your friend to get the keys from you to get for the movers. None of my business. Okay? I can. I should be doing that. Uh, mm, I mean, word it nicely lah, huh? Sorry. So remember lah, just the boundaries. So boundaries, you have to be very clear. Second, you must stick to your own boundaries. You must be very firm on your own boundaries. Stand there. Because if you are the one that is lalang, your whole boundaries, no point. Like, it's very simple, 9 to 9 p.m. Let's just say an inquiry come at 9:30. Then you will reply. Then what's the point of having an auto reply at 9 to 9? Very simple. These simple boundaries. Don't worry, you won't lose the business one. If you lose, that business is not for you. There's so many out there, okay? As long as you keep getting these things. Okay, again, I digress. Third one is to communicate the boundaries properly. Okay? So in this case, if you apply to your business, your real estate business, is to just focus on buy, sell, rent. Other things you can outsource. Others you outsource. Okay? Other than buy, sell, rent, others you outsource. That is what I will share today. And that is what I will do moving forward. This is Kenny here for Property Stories. So hope to see you again in another video. Bye bye.